spoke to Jesus about me? But I'm just your servant. You're a centurion. You commanded 100 soldiers. You really spoke to Jesus about me and told him that I was sick?
You weren't just sick, Marcus. You were paralyzed, writhing in pain. The whole town has heard of the miracles Jesus has done, healing lepers and people who have been sick for years. I knew he could heal you too. Jesus has this amazing power, unlike anything I've ever seen before.
But Jesus never came to see me, Master. How could he heal me? I was lying on my mat like I did every day, just praying that I would die. The pain was so bad. And then, suddenly, it was gone. I could wiggle my fingers, I could wiggle my toes, I could move my legs. Look at me.
Jesus said I had great faith, but it was his power that healed you. He simply said, go. It will be done just as you believed it would.
Thank you, Master. Thank you for believing in Jesus' power. Now, let's let these people get on with their celebration.
There will be a celebration in my house tonight, my friend.
Sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth. Sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth.
Pots and bowls and cups and everything, so I really appreciate everybody coming by on short notice and helping out here. We're going to make cups and bowls and plates. So first thing we need to do before you get started is we need to get, there's clay in the bag, but we need to get all the air out of the clay. So let me take your ball of clay out of the bag, and we're going to hit it, but we're going to keep it in a ball, okay? We're going to hit it with our hammer. We got a hammer, and we got a right behind it, right now, right there. So we're not actually making it into a bowl or anything yet. We're hitting it with the idea of getting the air out. Okay? Hit it, turn it, hit it, turn it, but keep it into a ball. Okay? What I don't want anybody to do is make it into a shape and then fold it back on top of itself. By folding it on top of itself like this, you're putting the air back into it. Okay? The idea is to just keep hit it and turn it, hit it and turn it. You can be as mad as you want. Okay? But see, now you're in it. See, you just folded it. You want to fold it. Okay? While you're doing that, you have to think of what you're going to make. If you're going to make a cup, you eventually want to start with the cylinder. Okay? So if you're going to make a taller cup, you want to start with the cylinder. If you want to make closer to a bowl, like a cereal bowl, you're going to start with the ball that you've got. If you want to make more of a plate, you're going to start with kind of a hamburger. Okay? So you have to. So while you're doing that, think to yourself what it is you want to make. Because you kind of have to decide before you get started what you're going to make. So last time I made a cup. So this time I think I'm just going to go ahead and make a bowl. So I'm going to start with a ball. Okay. So before we get started, everybody has to show me their lobster claws. Okay. Lobster claws, fingers are together and thumb apart. Okay. Lobster claw. Think food. Think lobster. Just like this Jesus guy, he's running around feeding or eating with all the tax collectors of all things, if you can believe that. Using my pots. I don't get it. So, lobster claw, thumb. Thumbs are going to go on the inside. Fingers are going to stay on the outside. Okay? Thumbs on the inside as you start forming it. Fingers on the outside. You're going to press in. And you're going to turn as you press. You're going to turn and press. Turn and press, turn and press. I don't want anybody, you don't try to bend the clay. If you bend the clay, it's going to bend back on its own. So the idea is to pinch it. This is called pinch pot. You pinch it. If you want it to go up, you pinch it together, and if you pinch it together, it's either going to go up or down. So if you hold the bottom with your fingers and you pinch it, the clay is going to start to form into the shape you want it. If it starts to get too wide, that's because you're well, I'm not sure exactly why, but you're not going to be able to fix it by just bending it back up, because by bending it back up, it's just going to fold back down again. So this is the part where it takes some time. You don't want to go fast. You want to just take your time. Pinch and turn. Pinch and turn.
Sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth. Sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord all the earth. For God is great and greatly to be praised. God is great and greatly to be praised.
What is this? Does anybody know what this is? You are going to, in fact, you are going to get it on your snack today. So you'll each get to try one of these beans. Do you know what it's called? Chickpeas, that's right. Chickpeas or garbanzos, but chickpeas is what we call them. And so these are cooked chickpeas, and they have been one of the earliest legumes cultivated way back when, okay? And Egypt had a lot of the Mediterranean diet, all of that area. They have a lot of chickpeas, roasted chickpeas, and cooked chickpeas, and free chickpeas.
Okay. Put it right about there. Good job. I'm gonna take this and put it in the bag. So we're gonna hot glue that because that's gotta dry really fast. So we're gonna come around and give you Deb a hot glue and we're gonna put it on. Right where they're putting theirs.
I do. He's gonna, don't do anything with that yet. He's gonna come around, he's gonna hog this himself.
All right.
So wait on the phone. Or back.
Yeah.
Just the whole down.
Wait, don't we have to put it on the bag?
Yeah, you gotta cut. You have to cut. So
Right here?
Yeah, that's good. Perfect.
That way.
Okay. Yes, that's good. Yeah. Very good. All right, here. Chicken chips.
I'm gonna show you real quick.
Yeah. Don't go past the hole. Go like into the hole. All right, go. Perfect. It's on the rock. The other way. Like that.
Beautiful.
And then just put it on.
And I am one of the rabbis here in the synagogue in Galilee. And you have arrived just in time to be a part of synagogue school for today. And you look like many of you are of school age. How many of you, raise your hand if you go to school? Yeah, you do. Wonderful. What are some things that you learned when you were at school? Matthew?
You learn like math facts and like sometimes you sometimes have chapel.
You have chapel?
I totally don't do nothing. We don't do work.
You don't do work? Oh, well, you are going to do some work in synagogue school, trust me. June, what are some things that you want to share? What's something that you learned at school?
Learn how to read.
You learn how to read. Oh, wonderful. Some of these things sound very familiar to synagogue school, but some of these things like math facts, we do not teach that here in synagogue school. Children from the ages of 5 to 13 would go to the synagogue during the week to learn Hebrew, which was the spoken language of the Israelites. They would go to learn the alphabet and their letters in order for them to be able to read scripture. That sounds a little bit, Matthew, like what you might do when you go to chapel, right? When you're at school, you go to chapel and you read the scriptures and probably talk about them and learn about them. Well, children would come to synagogue school in order to learn Hebrew so that they could read the Torah and understand it. And in each of the synagogues, there are are people like me who are rabbis. Now, the synagogues have many rabbis. Rabbi really is a teacher. Okay? A rabbi is a teacher. And students would come to school to learn from the teacher. Here's the interesting thing. Your teachers at school, how do you get your teachers at school? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? I'm a teacher. How do you get your Miss Carol, how do you get your students?
Well, I think our principal arranges them with the teachers she thinks will work best for us.
Interesting. So there's somebody, it sounds like a principal might be somebody in charge, places students with the teacher. Interesting. You know, I've been hearing some things about this man who's been traveling around Galilee lately named Jesus. Have you all encountered Jesus so far in your travels? No?
We went fishing with him.
You went fishing with him?
I went fishing with him.
Oh my goodness, how cool is that? Did anything happen while he was fishing?
I got 5 fish. I got 8.
Oh my goodness, y'all are excellent fishermen. Did he capture any disciples on the fishing trip?
I got 4 fish.
Yes? Yes? Did Jesus, is what I'm hearing true? Did Jesus go up to some fishermen and say, "Come, follow me"?
Yeah.
He did? That's not the way we do it. That's not the way we do it. That is just, I have heard this, and so I'm glad to hear that it's true. I've not seen it, but that is so different. Jesus is doing things in a very different way. Because in the synagogue, here's how it works. You have many different rabbis, and the teachers do not invite the students. The students pick their teachers. Can you imagine? So let's see how this works. Matthew, would you be a volunteer for me?
Yes.
Awesome.